Welcome to my dungeon. I call it the dungeon. I'm going to miss this spot when I leave.
Right.
Okay, so do you want to do a quick introduction? Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Lonnie Paulson. I'm plumber pipe fitter with the local 525 union here in Vegas. Was a construction worker my whole life since I was 16, 6-7 days a week. Owned my own business for like 15 years doing the same thing. You know, when you own your own business, you work 7 days a week. You're just constantly on the go. Your body's always hurting. You just get used to it. You just kill yourself. You kill yourself because mouths depend on you, you know. And that's pretty much been my life. You know? Yeah.
So how do you, like how long, or what kind of issues did you have? What kind of complications?
Oh, well, I mean,
and where did they come from?
Since I was a kid, I've had bad joints. I mean, playing basketball in 5th grade, I mean, just jumping up and down, landing on my ankles. My grandfather, he was one that was like considered, because nobody taught him how to do massage or anything, or like, you know, all these oils and everything. He just knew how to find knots and everything. They'd consider him kind of like a brujo or whatever, just because nobody taught him. He just knew how to do it. And he would constantly have to work on my legs and my back and my arms because of my joints. They would kill me. And so yeah, from a kid, bad joints, and I just learned how to live with it. And then,
Do you think that were they bad from the sports, or
no,
did you already have issues
they were
when you
just
were
bad.
born?
I was just born that way, just bad joints. I mean, they couldn't handle impact, you know. Yeah, and so that developed like early itis issues, you know,
Yeah.
and tendon discomforts and stuff like that. And I just learned how to deal with it. And like most blue collar, you know, men, we come home and we self-medicate. And you know, you drink, you take pills, you do whatever you have to do to numb it so that you can get the fuck up in the morning and do it all over again. You know, and yeah, I mean, starting to take this stuff, it just blew me away. That, you know, like, and for me to put my name on something or to promote something, for anything, I have to believe in it. I can't, you know, it touched me because I know so many men. I see so many men who've been doing this shit for 20, 30 fucking years. And they're hobbling. They're limping, they're leaning, you know what I mean? And you watch these fucking guys and they bullshit half the day. And you know why they're not doing it because they want to. They'd rather be lifting pipe, doing what the fuck they gotta do, but they can't and they don't want to admit it, and you just let it slide. You know what I mean? They put in their time, you know what I mean? And it's sad, like, to see these guys and knowing what they're doing, and sometimes it's understood. Sometimes they got a good woman, they got a good family, and they know what they need when they get home. And sadly, majority of the time, they don't. Nobody understands what this man is doing, and like, to see that and know that, like, nobody cares, and they don't ask for help. They don't think there's an answer. They just, you know, like I said, they self-medicate and they're destroying their fucking body even more, you know, by doing that. And then you see these guys retire and then they don't do anything. They sit in their lazy boy and they don't even get to the satisfaction of experiencing that retirement check for more than a fucking year. They fucking die, you know, and because their body just is like, oh, we're done? Okay. It just shuts down because they're not moving anymore, you know? And it's like, if they could have stayed active, if they could have had something like this of what I'm taking and not been self-medicating every night and stayed healthy, like, that's what opened my fucking eyes to, I have to get this word out that there's something that can change your life, that you don't have to keep doing what you're doing. And, you know, you don't have to come home and be fucking pissed off because you're hurting. You don't have to come home and rely on substances. You know, you can actually be active, have a healthy fucking life, and actually take advantage of that retirement check that you busted your ass for. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll have less guys retiring and passing away, you know, after doing the impossible for their family, you know, like actually actually reap the reward of everything you've done. You know what I mean? When I thought of that, I was just like, yeah, I should get behind this because I know that's what it's doing for me. I know that it's what it's going to continue to do for me. So why wouldn't I?
Well, I love it. Now it's about 2 months.
It's 3 months.
3 months now.
Yeah.
So I said I want to do this with you again later on because I know for my personal story, I started noticing things early, but like the 2 months mark, that was kind of like the wow for me.
Right.
And now I'm on 6 months and it's still improving, which is insane to me because when I started, I didn't think anything was wrong with me.
Right,
I didn't start for me. I started for the kids. I
Right,
wanted to
right.
help kids. That was all I cared about. And it was just an extra plus that I was feeling better. And then just like suddenly one day, I just realized that some of these issues I've had my entire life were just not there. And you don't think about them because you're so used to it and you just kind of live with it. And you don't even know that it was really an issue until it's not there anymore. And you're like, wait a second.
Right.
Oh, wow. I was like, this is crazy. And also thinking like, is that I was born with like scoliosis. Like I don't know anything else. I just know I was little. I always had pain. My mom would take me to a chiropractor all the time. And that's just what you do now, you know?
Right.
And then I get older. I got better at training, keep going to all of these sessions, like chiropractor, like deep tissue, like rehab, like all the things all of the time. And I'm not saying they're not needed. You
Right.
definitely should do these things for maintenance. But the amount of sessions I would be doing was like out of this world. And I was like, God, I don't like, and just thinking about all the expenses I'm saving on that I don't have to do anymore.
Right. And actually
It's
being
crazy.
able to live.
Yeah.
You know, like put your time where you want it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, like I'm going into things that I haven't revealed yet, but like a whole different path of life,
Right.
which I didn't even think would ever exist for me.
Right.
So I'm super excited for you. And I'm like now, okay, you're on this month mark. Maybe we'll do another like talk like this in a month or 2 or 3 or something
Right.
and see where you are then. And I was the same. Like I don't talk about anything. And when I first heard about it, I took about 2 months before I said a damn word
Right.
about it because I also like to go extreme. So when I started, I stopped everything I was doing. I stopped vitamins, I stopped peptides, I stopped everything. I was like, I want to know
Right.
what this really is, you know? Because if you're doing other things, like you don't really know exactly what is this doing and whatnot. So I went extreme and I'm just impressed.
Right.
And just
Yeah,
seeing.
Like I
and
originally
hearing
went
stories.
into it, like we originally started talking because of the farm fresh eggs and the raw milk
Uh-huh.
and all that. And I was on my carnivore fucking diet and I was just I was going for health gut and I was trying to get away from everything processed. I wanted, I was just on another one of my huge health kicks of just trying to reset my body. And that's kind of like why I started it really was the health gut, all that, just trying to get my immune system and everything back in order. And I didn't even think about the stem cell production and it didn't even cross my fucking mind about my joints and everything. And the thing is, I had researched, Joe Rogan sponsors that one. I want to say it's the same one that the UFC somehow sponsors now. They're sending fighters to TJ left and right because it fucking works. You know what I mean? And I looked into it. I called them and I had to take a week off of work. They're like, you're going to go in a hyperbolic chamber. I think they quoted me. It was crazy. It was like I was going to buy a fucking car. The first question was, how much do you make a year? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, and when I tell him, he's like, okay, I'm not wasting my time. And I'm like, this don't sound fucking good at all right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they quoted me, I think it was like 16 to 24 grand. Leaving a window like that, I'm like, it's a big fucking window. And I know it's not going to be the 16, And so I was like, yeah, I'll talk to you later, bro. Because, I was like, he was like, well, what are you going to need? And I'm like, I'm going to want injections in pretty much ankles, knees, shoulders, elbows, wrists. And I got two bulging discs.
So how much does that cover? Like how many sessions or what time frame is that?
I want to say, like, I had to stay at a fucking Ritz-Carlton or a Marriott or some shit in San Diego. They were going to transport me through the fast track on a shuttle into TJ, like 4 days, I want to say it was, something like that. And you get the bag, the IV, and then they still inject you into wherever you ask them, and then that determines the price as well. You have to do this hyperbolic chamber thing. You know, they're treating me like I'm gonna go for the Olympics. I'm like, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, so did you actually do it?
No,
Oh.
no. What was funny is because I looked into that and I was like, I mean, maybe if some of my investments go through, like, I'll fucking do it. But I can't justify fucking doing that right now. I'm taking a week off of work. Like, I just can't.
How long is that supposed to last?
I don't know. That was another thing I wanted to research.
I've never done, but I have looked into. I have friends who've done these things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say yes. A lot of people say that it definitely makes them better, right? But is it worth it? And does it last?
And I have a moral gig as well of how do I know where you're getting these stem cells?
Yeah.
I have a big problem with trust, and there's just so much ugly black market in this world that I know no matter what, I needed it, and I needed the help. But the idea of it possibly being wrong, you know, like I just have a problem with that. And that was another reason I'm going to pay this much, and then possibly I could be a part of some nasty shit that I don't want to be a part of.
Then I've also heard, so a client of mine, she is an exosome scientist. So exosomes comes from stem cells, right? And she told me that it's very common, and this is why for some people it works great, and some people say they haven't really noticed a difference, because as far as I understand, they keep mutating these exosomes repeatedly, and they basically lose, like it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Because they can only mutate it so much, and then it's not like beneficial anymore. And she said a lot of people, they just keep mutating this, and then you're basically paying for nothing. Wow. And I said, like, what we do here, like we're not taking stem cells. All we do is just boost your own.
Yeah.
And I believe, I'm not saying somebody else's or whatever, however they do it. Some people get stem cells from a different person, so whatever. I'm not saying that couldn't work, but I believe that your body always likes its own stuff.
I'm scared of a blood transfusion. You know what I mean? Like putting anybody else's anything in my body just kind of icks me the fuck out unless I love that person. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, everything I wanted out of that whole scenario, and I didn't even anticipate in taking ACE, you know, I started seeing, and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Like, wait a fucking minute. No fucking way. Like, you know, and it's like...
It's like, almost like too much about it to... Yeah, I don't know if you see how I talk about it. Like, there's so many benefits. But if you say all of it, it's almost like too much and it sounds too good,
like,
right?
Up,
so you just kind of, I just kind of push for a little thing. So one person, okay, is interested in stem cells. Cool. I'm only talking about that. Right. While another person is interested in anti-inflammatory. We'll only talk about that. Right. While another person, like, okay, or allergies. Okay, we only talk about that. But if you talk about everything, they're like, wait a second, this one thing can do all of these things. Like, no, there is no way. Yes, there is way.
You
know,
like a shark fin cell,
right? So you have to almost take it in little bits and pieces. So that's why somebody starts and they're like, yo, my allergies are gone. Oh, and also, by the way, this got better, and this got better, and this got better. I was like, yep, all the things also. Now it's better you just notice for yourself. You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, even like, well, because of my whole issue with the surgery I just did.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
I didn't want to drink coffee, you know, because I don't want to jolt my system right now. Like that's like a, you know, and I'm a coffee fanatic. You know, I drink coffee. I drink a huge cup before I leave the house, and I take a huge mug with me to work. Like I've survived on it since I was 16. Black espresso. That's it. Like, you know what I mean?
I used to compete in coffee. I'll make you a coffee for you. But I'm gonna say I don't even drink coffee every day anymore.
And now
because
I'm not,
I don't need it.
Yeah, and I haven't. And like I'm shocked at the energy I got. And like even my girl, we went and where were we? I had stayed home and rested. You know, all day. It was my last day that I took off after my complications. And we went to the store, and she's like, "Did you have an energy drink? Like, why did you take pre-workout? Like, what is going on right now?" And I'm like, "I just rested," and I'm like, "I just feel fucking great," you know. And she's like, "No." You know?
Right?
Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, normally I would, like, you know, I'd caffeinated the fuck out like all day. You know, that's the only way I could keep going. You know, it's just what I'm used to. It's you know. And yeah, to see that difference, like, kind of blows me away. You know,
I'm just gonna check it, just because I don't. It's still going. You never know. They're freaking retrograde.
But yeah, stuff like my energy levels, the gym. I swear to God, I I'm not trying to look shredded being a calendar. I go to the gym to get in there in a half an hour, 40 minutes max. I hit it hard, I hit it quick, I rip, and I get the fuck to food. You know what I mean? I want to be big. I want to look like a lumberjack. I want to look like the bouncer will throw you across the street. I don't want to look like I'm in a calendar. You know what I mean? That's just not my.
That might just happen anyway. You know.
It's not my goal. You know what I mean? And so so I fill my workouts. You know what I mean? Especially with my injuries. Not necessarily I'm not in the gym for 2 hours. I don't have extremely crazy leg days. But I feel it in my fucking joints and my knees. I feel it in my shoulders. You know what I mean? Because I'm hitting it hard, quick, and I get the fuck out.
I said I have exactly all the same. There was the shoulder, and it was the knees, and it was
right? Yeah. And it's like, I hit shoulders yesterday. My fucking shoulders are fine today. Yeah. Normally, doing that, I'll be avoiding lifting my elbow. You know what I mean? It's
because
insane.
it's like,
and the thing is, really... I'm like, 3 sets. I'm like, I'm fucking throwing another one in. Okay. And then I'm like, I could probably do another 2. No, gotta get the fuck out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I gotta get out. Feeling that, being able to keep going, it feels amazing. But at the same time, I don't want to hurt myself, and it's not my goal to sit there that long. I have to consciously think about it and be like, just hit it and go, but I know I can. I know I could keep going if I wanted to. There's a lot of differences in that and the recovery and all that.
Yeah, so you've been doing Acemannan Betalains, right?
Yeah, Betalains for a little less than a month, but the Ace for 3.
So that one is, the Betalains is from the beets, right? And that one is the Acemannan in itself is anti-inflammatory, but the Betalain is very anti-inflammatory. Right. So what it does, as I'm an athlete too, and I remember when if I'm on prep and I eat perfect and I sleep perfect and everything, I recover fast. But now, I'm not on prep, days are different. Some days I'm not sleeping enough, and then I'm traveling, and then I'm driving, all this stuff, which would typically make me tired and maybe sore longer and all this stuff. And when I traveled and I went to Mexico and stuff, I actually didn't train for 3 weeks. I'm not proud of it, but I didn't train for 3 weeks. Meaning that first day I go back to the gym, I'm probably going to be sore for a few days, which is normal.
Oh, yeah.
I go to the gym, I have a heavy-ass leg day, and this was in the evening. So the morning after I wake up and I'm like, I feel my workout, right? I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably going to be sore for a little bit. Later that day, I didn't feel anything. Yeah. Nothing. Same day, and I
wake up a little sore and it just fades, right?
Yeah. And then it goes away because the Betalains takes away your inflammation, meaning that now your body can focus on the things it should, instead of your body having to deal with all your itis stuff going on, and it's trying to fix inflammation all over the place. Can't put a lot of focus on your training soreness because it has to deal with other shit. But now we can just go directly to that because he doesn't have to deal with everything else, meaning that recovery is like this. Right. My friend now, he competes in 7 days. Right. On prep, he's been on Acemannan Betalains for 4 or 5 months. He's 7 days out. He eats 0 carbs right now because it's a competitor life. Right in the end, you don't, and then you carb load. He said he did a 24-hour shift at the fire station, went straight home and cut the grass and went to the gym.
Right.
You should not be able to do that.
No.
Right now.
No.
And he was like, I still train just as heavy. And I'm like, this is mind blowing. Because also as a competitor, in the end of the prep, you start lifting light just so you don't injure yourself, because you don't recover very fast.
Right.
I'm like, I cannot wait I'm going there to watch him and his wife compete now.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't wait to see what they look like on this kind of prep. And they both had asthma before, and none of them have it anymore.
I'm curious on that too. That's one thing that hasn't hit me, is because I've had asthma since I was 5. Yeah. Bad. But I realized when I moved out of California, it was all allergy related. It wasn't and it was weird because it was sporadic, and nobody could ever figure it out back then. But yeah, it's all allergy related. I haven't. And it's kind of faded. Sometimes I'll get it. I have to have an inhaler if I do have an asthma attack, But I'm waiting to see. Normally, maybe 2 a year, But I'm waiting to see in the long run if that even has gone away. But I mean, obviously, I can't attest to that right now. But I'm curious as to whether or not that's gonna like play a part in it all as well.
So what? So you're saying it's not something you use all the time?
No, not at all. But and that's the thing, like, because you get, that's what's so fucked up about it, because I get so comfortable that like I just forget that I have asthma, and then I don't know where.
Oh, it just
and
comes?
I'm like, fuck, where's my inhaler?
Maybe it just won't come.
You know?
Maybe it just won't come.
Right. So.
Okay, so what do you want to, since we haven't said it on this, do you want to just quickly explain what happened with the whole surgery situation?
Oh yeah.
Here?
Yeah, I did that video because I was.
Today.
Yeah. I just, you know, if anybody sees it, I'd much rather just be flat out fucking honest. I have nothing, to, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a salesman. I'm not, you know, anybody trying to push something for profit. You know what I mean? Like that's not the point. And the point of, the way I feel I can reach people is just by being me and being honest. So if you watch that video, I'm just being fucking honest. I'm walking my ass into work, amazed that I'm doing it, because a week prior, what was it? Not this Friday, but last Friday, I had hemorrhoids and polyps removed from inside. And I was told by my doctor, you know, hey, you're gonna need 2 weeks off minimum. I've seen people take up to 6. I'm like, fuck that. I can't afford to do that. Like, I'm gonna, you know. And this is before even, because this has been scheduled for a while, and I was like, fuck that. It was before the Acemannan. I'm like, you know, I'm hard-headed. I'm stubborn. Like, I had 3rd-degree burns. I almost lost my fingers because they were just eating away. And then the 2nd-degree burns up here. I was back at work in like a month and a half, you know, which was fucking unheard of. And just dealt with the pain. But me going back to work within a week wasn't because I'm just dealing with the pain. I don't have the fucking pain. You know, but I ended up having those complications. So Friday, had the surgery. Saturday and Sunday, everything was normal. They said I'd have a little bleeding, and yeah, you know, eating soups, you know, softeners, you know, all that stuff. And then Monday morning, before I went to work, that's how stubborn I was. I went to fucking work on Monday. I had a little bit more bleeding than normal, and I was like, well, maybe it just, you know, whatever, just a little more than normal. But then when I got to work, I went and used the restroom. I was like, holy fuck, like, this ain't good. Like, it was like a quarter cup of blood, and I'm like, no, that's not good. I was like, well, I'm already here. Just finish the day off, and another 4 hours go by, another half a cup of blood. And I'm like, fuck, this ain't good. I got home. It was like 2 hours later, another half a cup of blood. I'm like, fuck. All right. So I called my doctor. He was like, look, you know, I got our doctor on call at Mountain View. You know, I'm not there, but he's there. I'll tell him you might be going in. You know, he's like, if you want to go now, I understand. Just go. You're bleeding. You know, and I was like, I'll hold off till I know like I have to. It ended up pushing itself up to every hour I was losing about a half a cup of blood, and I was like, for me to go to hospital, I fucking hate hospitals. I hate them with a passion. For me to go, I was fucking scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking scared. Seeing that much blood come out of me, like, you know, having my woman tell me she could hear it come out of me outside of the fucking bathroom, you know, because she's like, stop, like toning it down. Like, I fucking heard it, like it's a lot, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, okay, I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's go. I don't want to go, but let's fucking go. And they drew blood, and the only thing I can attest is they're fucking like link this to is the fucking Acemannan. They fucking come back and they're like, you're as healthy as a fucking horse, man. Like, you can't be any healthier. Like, no levels are down. We thought with what you said we were gonna have to give you a blood transfusion, and like we had everything ready, and the doctor wants to, you know, sign you out. And I'm like, I showed you the pictures, and you know, the nurse was like, and the nurse is telling me this, looking at me like I'm fucking sorry, like, you know, because she's seen the picture. Like, I put that in that second video, like, that's a lot of fucking blood, you know. I mean, at work, there's a power assist fucking toilets. Like, there's a lot of fucking water that goes through those. Flush once and there's still blood on the bottom, and I'm like, that's a lot of fucking blood, man. Like, and she was like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, the doctor didn't even see me. He's on the phone because he's on call, and he pretty much was like, it's not worth my time leaving home to go to the hospital. Like, so send him home. And I'm like, fuck me, man. Like, you know, So I was like, all right, like I don't have a choice. So I go home and I talked to my doctor in the morning, and he's like, well, I'm kind of shocked they sent you home. You're obviously bleeding, like, you know. And I'm like, I tried to tell him, man, like, and they just said that maybe it's not as much as you think. And so I showed her the picture, and she was like, oh my God, like yeah, that's not like a few drops more, like a tablespoon more. That's a lot of blood. And then, so he was like, look, I'm on call at Mountain View tonight. And he's like, I'm doing surgeries all tomorrow. So it's either come in tonight, or if you want to hold off until Thursday morning, you can come into the hospital. I'm like, fuck, okay, well, I guess I'm coming in tonight, you know? Like he's like, just, you make your choice. I'm here. I let you know my schedule. And I was like, all right. So I was getting ready to go back in that night into the ER so that he can get me into the surgery room. And probably like 2 hours later, it was like noon, I went to the bathroom, and I was like, what the fuck? It was just like a couple drops, like it was on Saturday, and I'm like, all right, that's fucking weird. Like, you know? And about 2 o'clock comes, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait it out now. And 2 o'clock comes, same thing, fucking couple drops. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like what the fuck, man? You know? Like, and so I was like, all right, the office closes at like 5 o'clock, so I'll wait till like 4:30. And same thing, another thing happens, and I'm all in the clear. And so I call the office. I'm like, I call his personal nurse. I have her number, and I'm like, hey, can you let the doctor know I'm fine? she's all, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know. Somebody turned the faucet off. Like, it just stopped fucking bleeding. She was like, oh my God, like, he's going to be really happy to hear that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking happy to say it. Like, you know, like, I don't know what happened, but, yeah, it just stopped. And she was like, well, if you need anything, you know the numbers to call and you know where he is. And I was like, yeah, for sure.
How can we get these doctors to use this? So,
yeah,
like,
right? Yeah.
Like, scientifically, what they know is that Acemannan improves wound healing 35%.
Oh, really?
And then since you did a little higher dosage too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
yeah, too,
I
when
don't
started
know
bleeding,
the exact numbers, but if you take a normal dosage, it speeds up your wound healing 35%. So I can only imagine if you did more.
Yeah.
I said I can't say numbers exactly for that because you don't really know, but if it's 35% on a normal serving and you did more, I can only imagine that your wound healing speeds up even more, which is probably why you were healing so much faster.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I just took the whole day off. I called my boss and I was just like, they knew the whole situation. And I was like, hey man, bleeding's under control, like out of nowhere, like I'm good. I said, but I'm gonna take a day just to be sure. They were like, yeah, no worries. Just take care of yourself. So I was like, all right, cool. It's the hardest thing to do is just fucking lay in bed or on the couch. But my bulldog, she's a professional sleeper, so she helped me. She just, you know what I mean? Like, she's just like, what up, Dad? Like, let's cuddle and sleep. So that helped. So all Wednesday, that's all I did. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to be stubborn. I feel great. Last thing I want to do is walk back into work and be like, I gotta leave. And so I was like, let me just be responsible and take one more day. And I did that, and the morning goes by. It's probably like 9 o'clock, and I messaged my woman. I'm like, hey, I'm going to the gym. Like, I'll do a light workout. She's like, no, Daddy, don't do it. I'm like, I got to. Like, I have to do it. I have to do this to know I can go to work tomorrow. And I got a great chest workout in, light, you know, with high rep, and you know, I felt amazing, you know, and that just blew my mind. Like, that I just felt that good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had surgery. There's discomfort, you know. Obviously, I'm wearing white shorts today. I'm not bleeding half a cup of blood out of my ass, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's discomfort. I'm not like there was no magical fucking wand that just you're healed. Like, but am I like the other people that I've heard of, like when I went to work and my boss told me, he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing here, bro? Like I had a buddy who did what you did, dude. He laid on his stomach for 6 fucking weeks, dude.
Yeah.
Like, are you even gonna be able to be here all day? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm good. And he came to me at the end of the day, shocked, like that I put pipe in the air, and he was just like, dude, you're fucking insane, bro. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm taking this shit, bro. Like, you know, this stuff that, like, you know, and he's like, whatever, dude. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking serious, bro. Like, he's like, yeah, you're fucking crazy. You know, but I mean, hopefully this will get people to see. I mean, you know, I'm just an everyday average fucking blue collar dude, fucking trying to feed fucking my kids and my woman and keep a roof over our head. And, you know, I mean, fuck.
And you know, too, I said, just from everything you do, you are saving children's lives.
Yeah,
Also,
you know, that's
incredible.
the cherry on top. Like, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, there's, I mean, that's what we already do in our life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm killing myself every day, my body, to save my kids, to fucking, you know what I mean, to provide for my kids. I'm sacrificing my own health every day and killing my body so that I could put food on the table for them. And that's what all these other guys are doing. And the thought that, like, okay, well, you can still do that, dude, and not kill your body and actually do this for kids that don't have a fucking dude like you at home. That, you know what I mean? This is a double whammy, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can, you know, like the thought that you can actually, like, do this for another as well as what you were already intending on doing and live a better life. Like, are you fucking shitting me? Like who, like, what the fuck? Like, it's a no-brainer, you know? Like, how would you not want to do that? This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing for your own family, and now you can do it, and be healthy and do it for another. Like, this is why we do what we do.
If people truly understood, everyone would do it.
Right.
But it's also what we're working against is how the system has trained us and taught us.
Right.
Because if you could take your feeling and put it in somebody else, there would be no questions that you would want to do it.
Right.
But now it's like all we can do is just be ourselves, tell our story, because all of us, we have a story, and then there's nobody ever that should ever talk about this that don't have a story.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
you should never talk about anything you don't haven't experienced.
Yeah, like you said, there's like so many things that people get benefits of. I can't attest to those things. I can't. Like, I haven't had those situations. Excuse me. I can't validate those at all, you know, through my story. All I can do is tell mine and know that this is what worked for me. This is what changed my life. These are the changes I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm not doing this for any other reason than, you know, as far as putting my name behind it, aside from it
I mean,
it works.
Because there's so many people
You
that
know?
have the same issues that you had.
Yeah, I
and
see it
you
every
can
day.
talk to them, and then you have, like me, for example, my main thing was my hormones. I'm a woman and I had funky hormones, and a lot of women do. So that's that's what I can talk to other women that had the stuff I had. You can talk to the people that had the stuff you had.
Right.
And because that's the best way we can spread it. When somebody's, maybe, I'm sure you have friends or whatever who has actually seen you or like know that you suffered, and then they see now, wait, he's not? Wait, what did he do? You know?
Right.
Okay, so that's all we can do. We are the living proof.
Right. You know, yeah, because I see a salesman trying to sell me something. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You pulling up in your fucking Mercedes. I pulled up in my 98 Chevy Silverado work truck that's got 250,000 fucking miles on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm no fucking salesman. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. You know what I mean? My tools and the tires are worth more than the fucking truck. You know? Like, you know, I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I make decent money already. I don't, you know what I mean? That's not the fucking reason to do this. You know what I mean? Helping these other kids and helping people I know and love, and people who live just like fucking me, who live in fucking pain and are self-medicating, are destroying their body even more just to do what we know our fucking job is, and that's to provide for our family. If I can reach those guys and give them a better life, I'll know that that's the reason this shit landed on my doorstep after listening to her. You know, there's just no other way for me to look at it other than why wouldn't I want to help other people in my shoes? You know, other men that go through and have gone through, you know, what I go through every day to do what I do. I mean, I watched every man in my family blue collar, you know, and I watched them kill themselves until fucking retirement. With no fucking retirement, they didn't have no fucking union. You know what I mean? I'm lucky enough to be in a union. Like my stepdad is still fucking working. He's what, fucking 66 years old. He's still doing hard fucking labor. You know what I mean? That's one person I'm gonna get this in the hands of, and I've waited, you know, until I knew. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna, you know. Watching him do what he did, like, you know, his whole life, working 6 days a week, you know, doing everything he possibly could to put food on the table for us. We went to the dentist. He didn't go to the fucking dentist. You know, whatever we needed, he put himself last. His body has been through fucking hell. And so many of us do it because we're not important. Who we love is important. And if I can just reach these guys and get them to feel better and do this a better way, then I know that this is all worth it. You know?
Well, you have an amazing story. Like, incredible. I thought your story was incredible before the surgery.
Oh.
Even, yeah. Because, like, even if we don't have something major, because I've heard some people say, honestly, I think your story is better than some of these crazy cancer stories. Because most people have ARP issues. Most people don't have the super extreme stuff yet. So somebody said, oh, I don't know, I don't really have a story to share. This one woman told me, she's like, I'm not really a big deal. You know, I haven't had like a crazy experience. I'm like, you sent me a before and after photo of your skin. I said, I think that's a pretty big deal.
Right.
Because you know how many people have like skin issues?
Oh, yeah, right.
And then you don't have skin issues? How is this not? This is a pretty damn big deal.
Life
you know?
that you live when you go through. Like, I know people that weighs heavy mentally.
Yeah.
Like going out in public.
And that is probably even worse than you feeling a little miserable every single day rather than somebody having cancer, which, you know, is crazy. But all of these things matter. It doesn't matter how small it is. Like, I used to have allergies. Not asthma. I just had regular allergies.
Right. Yeah,
which fucking every person has. Now I don't have any allergies. It's pretty great.
Right. I have allergies. I can't, and that's the thing, I can't really attest to it yet because the thing is, I work in these fucking casinos. I'm remodeling them. You know what I mean? I'm around like 60-year-old fucking dust. You know what I mean? Like my nose, it doesn't matter. I leave work, I got that shit in my nose. Like, it's not a matter of pollen and the other, like the olive tree I'm fucking allergic to. You know what I mean? Or pet dander. Like, I got 60-year-old smoke. Fucking, God knows what's in this fucking dust. You know what I mean? And I'm like...
So do you not guys use any protection? Or...
Fucking stubborn ass man.
Okay. That's the thing. I don't really know about this, but I'm also wondering, since your body has kind of been taking care of other stuff so far, maybe that's next. You know?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
There's not really a set structure or routine for how this works.
Right.
All we know is that it resets your body, and then what your body does with that new skill it has is kind of like it's individual. Yeah. Everybody notices different things. You know?
Laser beams next.
Yeah. Like one thing that I know is my smell. Yeah. I didn't have bad smell before, but now it's on a whole other level.
Really?
Like I smell things I was like that people that don't do. So
like when you're cutting in no sugar
everything
and
just
you
gets
smell sugar like a quarter mile away.
Yeah, or I went to like the social security office one day and I swear I could smell everybody in there.
Really?
It was so good. So it's like little things like the hearing gets better, the vision gets a little better, like everything just gets a little better.
Right. I'm hoping on that with the vision. Like, I don't know if you know, I had glasses when I came in. I have astigmatism. I'm hoping that'd be awesome because it's not bad. I wear the fucking glasses because they tell me to wear the glasses.
Yeah.
My vision isn't really that bad, you know, so I try to not wear them when I don't need them.
Do you ever do sun gazing? Because there are things you can
You
add
got me
on
interested
to
in that.
this.
What sucks is my fucking schedule because, like, I'm up at 3 in the morning to be to work by 5.
You only need seconds. You don't need...
Well,
in the entire day, are you not outside?
No, I'm inside.
Oh,
I'm inside the casinos,
You have a break? Could you go out and for 10 seconds?
you've been in a casino.
Yeah.
Like, okay, walked out the wrong fucking side. The sun's over there. You need it's like a quarter mile to
Maybe
get the
it's
fuck
worth
around.
it.
You know.
Just to get some sun, like
I only have
on
so
your
much-
skin, everything
yeah,
anyway.
I only have so much time on my break. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and we're fucking peasants there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, I know there's a bathroom right there around the corner, but we don't want people to see you. You got to go back down the hall, use the elevator, go down to the basement, I got to walk a quarter mile just to take a piss because they don't want us. I'm good enough to build this motherfucker, but I'm not good enough to be seen by people. You know what I mean? So it's like the route I might have to take to get to the sun, like there goes my whole break. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I do. I really do want to.
Well, if you can do it today.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I said you don't need a lot of time. It's not like you shouldn't do that for an hour.
Right. Yeah.
Seconds.
It's just the time because it's when it comes up and when it goes down, right?
It doesn't matter.
No.
It's all about what I do it at any time, but my eyes are used to it.
Right.
It might just be very bright. Right. I don't think it matters. So when people say, "Oh, you shouldn't look when it's the highest," it's more difficult, yeah. And if you're not used to it, maybe you shouldn't start there, because I can stare like this right now, like no problems at all.
Really?
But if you've never done it, you might want to start when it's sunrise or sunset because it's not very bright and you can actually look. Now you might not even be able to look because it's too bright. But honestly, just you having your eyes, don't even look at, just look somewhere so you get sun into your eyes somehow. Yeah. You can start there, and then as you get better, you can do more. Yeah, okay. I just look at any time of day, and I am not blind, so if people think you go blind...
Yeah, you've been doing this for how long, right?
Probably my whole life.
Really?
Not like a routine, but when I was a kid, I was the one they say, don't look at the sun. I'm like, I'm looking at the sun, you know? I was just like that.
Right.
So it's not like I did it as a routine back then.
Right.
Now I do it more like a routine, but back then I was just being a rebel.
Yeah, and what
you know?
everybody says, you should be blind by now, right?
Yeah. And I don't even need glasses. I'm the only one in my entire family who don't need glasses.
Really?
Even my younger cousins have glasses.
Wow.
And I'm almost 40, and I don't need anything.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely want to start doing that.
Just, you know, little things to add. So like the Acemannan Betalains is fantastic. And then I think for people that you start implementing more things into your life, like maybe a little sun gazing, maybe a little meditation, maybe better food,
and that's
like
the thing
it's only going to get better.
Right. Because I mean, I can't say this is the only thing that's changed my life. Like I said, I was on the carnivore. I was, you know, I've always, obviously, I go to the gym 6-7 days a week. I'm try to eat and live as healthy as I can. But yeah, I mean, I was doing that. I was trying to cleanse my body of all the, you know, processed bullshit that you know. I'm not that bad, but I still, as you get healthier, you still start noticing the other little things. Like I'm not nearly as bad as others, but you know, but I start, well, maybe, fuck, I didn't know that about that. Maybe I need to take that out and, you know what I mean? Start shuffling shit around.
Yeah. But the better you feel, the more motivated you get to do more.
To feel even better,
because
you
so now you have better energy, meaning you're not drinking as much coffee. Automatically, you're doing a better thing now without not thinking about it because you're drinking because you need it. Yeah.
And then I sleep on grounded sheets now too. I mean that the difference in that as well, that I was feeling in my inflammation and everything, that helped a little bit. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things I do. I'm not saying this magic, you know, deal is gonna do fucking everything. You still need to lead a healthy fucking life, you know. And the thing is, it's gonna make you want to. Yes. I was already there. I can only imagine if I was my fucking 20-year-old self and I felt this, I'd be like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like I would start doing what I'm doing now, you know, because why not, you know? The fact that I was already there on these other levels, and I mean, that obviously probably helps it work even better that I'm already a healthier individual, you know, and I'm taking this stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean, why would you not? I mean, well, why wait? Why wait till you have to be healthy because all of a sudden shit goes wrong?
Is that we do have these cool stories. Like I'm sure you have this Uncle Phil story about the man that was a 30-year heroin addict and his whole body was shutting down and he was like shitting himself because nothing worked and he was just not living well, like just shit. So I think
you posted this.
Oh, we post him all the time. Yes,
really?
Uncle Phil. So it's just a cool story to show people that even if you are not, because I guess people can look at me and they're like, she's already a health freak. Like I can't do what she does. Right. No, but this man was dying. Like everything was wrong with him. And he started the Acemannan, and within 30 days, he went from absolute garbage to, he couldn't even do like one push-up. And then because, so he starts seeing his man, he starts to feel a little better, right? And then Joel, my friend that was helping him, he said, okay, he started to push him a little bit about his push-ups and stuff. So he told him to do some other things. And as he felt better and better every day and had more energy, he felt more motivated to start doing push-ups, right?
Yeah.
So then fast forward, he does like 55 of them now every day. And he still eats donuts and shit, and he likes to eat burgers. Am I saying that's a good thing to do? No.
No, but
his
fuck,
quality
look at
of life is
yeah.
crazy, and it's more realistic. That's why we like bringing him on a lot, to show people that he's more like the regular people, and he's so much better. You don't have to be crazy like us, even though if you want to do that, that's great.
Right.
But if you don't, it still works, you know?
Right.
So it's not just for health crazy people. And because of all the different things, so it helps regulate your blood sugar, meaning that you might get less cravings. And then it helps your metabolism, meaning like you're probably going to start, if you are overweight, you might start losing weight easier. If you're underweight, you might start gaining weight easier. It also clears, you know, like everything. So it clears allergies. Now you can breathe better. So now your day works better. It's like everything just kind of.
Yeah, if you're getting
so
more
like
oxygen, you're getting, you know.
the other
everything.
things are starting to start to come. And then eventually when you wake up with energy, maybe you want to train now. Instead of you not wanting to train because you have no energy.
You're gonna just feel like shit, not want to do shit.
Exactly.
You
So
know?
I think it has just helps, for me these days, help coaching people. Before it was more like, oh, we have to change your food. But it's hard. It's easier said than done. You don't just go change your food. It's not that easy. So it's like, okay, let's start with Acemannan. So you start feeling a little better, and now you get more motivated to change the other things.
Yeah.
So I mean, I am always about like improving. So that is step one. And then step two, what do we do now? Step three, what do we do now?
Yeah. For sure.
Always get better. But yeah, your story is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to check in like a month or two or something.
Right.
To see how you feel.
For sure.
Perfect. Okay, so what else? Do you want to say any last words? Where do people find you if they want help?
Scrawny Lonnie on Instagram. That's pretty much the only place I'm at.
I'm gonna tag you
with
everywhere.
This. Yeah.